Welcome to 2A Cops, Cops Supporting Gun Rights. My name is Keith. We have some news coming out of New Mexico. The Attorney General has come out and said that he is not going to support New Mexico's governor ban on the Second Amendment. Before we get into that, though, do me a favor. I got a second channel. I don't know if you know about it. It's called Christian Warrior Training. I originally made it for church security teams, but I do put training topics up there. I do a lot more hands-on training type stuff, even if you're not Christian. If you are just a concealed carrier that wants to have a little bit more training, head on over there. You might like what you see. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so to catch you up to speed, if you don't know, New Mexico's governor came out and said she is banning concealed carry and banning open carry, even if you have a permit and even though it's lawful, if you live in Bernalillo County, which is Albuquerque, because of the rising crime rate. Now, she's been getting bashed by everybody. Before we get into what the New Mexico Attorney General said, we also have people like David Hogg from Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Florida coming out and saying, I support gun safety, but there is no such thing as a state public health emergency exception to the U.S. Constitution. She got called out by David Hogg, who is just a devout communist. And then the Bernalillo County Sheriff, the guy who would be tasked with enforcing this unconstitutional order from the New Mexico governor, he says specifically this order will not do anything to curb gun violence other than punish law-abiding citizens who have a constitutional right to self-defense. Now, for the sheriff, he is a liberal, left-leaning sheriff. He should have come out a lot sooner than waiting another day for something to be said. Now, Ted Lieu, who is a socialist Democrat leader in California, even he called the ban unconstitutional. If you have Ted Lieu coming out and calling you out and David Hogg calling you out for what you've done, you know you've done wrong. All right, now with that said, let's talk about what the New Mexico Attorney General said, which he's the chief prosecutor in the state. He says, given that only responsible gun owners are likely to abide, much less recognize your ban, it is unclear how this action will lead to a measurable decline in gun violence in our community. The data does not support the conclusion that gun violence in our community is attributable to otherwise law-abiding citizens exercising their constitutional right to carry firearms for protection outside the home. I believe it is unwise to stretch the definition of a public health emergency to encompass something that is fundamentally a public safety issue. Now, he did go on to talk about how we need more gun control. So he is, even though he came out in favor of us, that doesn't mean that he is really for the Second Amendment. He wants more gun control, which obviously is not working in New Mexico if you're having all these crime issues. Now, I've been talking to a lot of cops on the ground in New Mexico, and they are pissed. They are not happy about what's occurring there. I haven't found one cop that says they're going to enforce anything, and that was from day one when this order was issued. They all thought it was a joke. So I applaud all of you that went out there under arms to Albuquerque to protest what the governor was doing. That's exactly what needs to happen. Good job. Way to stick up for your rights. Again, want to keep it short and sweet. Remember your ABCs when you leave here. Always be caring.